could you lie to my face? People claim that they be loyal, they be taking up space. See my broski lose his heart when he was fighting that case. Took so many yells, I'm not going back to those days. I'ma treat you how you treat me, do you like how it tastes? Shawty use up, can't treat you like my ace. I got way too many problems to be worried, I'm straight. Me and Craig had to watch for the Jakes. On the road, this crazy, I get 80 a show. Say my money, stack it up, it look like I'm foreign cars, driving fast, I never done this before. Get drown out my problems, let me When up and magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't?
Well, Coach, while much of the country is struggling under cold temps and some of that white stuff, no such troubles here at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Baltimore Ravens and the Miami Dolphins. Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Danny.
And the former Heisman winner, this is Mark Ingram. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
At the 22-yard line.
Set, ready. 18 Gator. 55. Watch the backer. Mike.
They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson. Got a man. It's Brown. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks it. And the return across midfield into the 46-yard line. They were ball hawks last week. They had a trio of interceptions on defense. In the first drive, they pick up right where they left off.
They're creating quite a reputation for themselves, aren't they? And sometimes what happens is, when they know that the defense can take the ball away, as they saw the previous week, now you try too hard to not let them take it away, and you force yourself into errors. They've intimidated them in a sense and gotten the ball from them.
Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
They run it with Balaj. About 3 yards there to the 27.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll run here with Balaj. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a first down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Now Balaj, and they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Second and 12 at the Ravens' 13-yard line.
Here we go. Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight alert.
On second and 12, Rosen. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down.
Hug. In your face. Check 26. Hey, Haywood.
On third down, Rosen. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on third down. Even though they didn't find the end zone, they have to be pretty pleased with how they moved the ball on the ground because we know that that was one of their big goals in this game.
And that really goes through the entire offense because when you're running the ball effectively, just about everyone's involved. It's not just the guy carrying the football. It's everyone blocking for him, both inside and on the perimeter.
After the field goal, here comes Sanders to kick it away. This is taken at the 3.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Mike 5-5, Mike 55, Mike 5-5. Drop deep.
Throwing on second down, Jackson. This will be caught by Brown. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run.
9-yard gain on the play. First down, Baltimore.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Dolphins 3, Ravens nothing.
So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for first and 10. They run. It's Mark Ingram. He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line.
Ingram, the ball carrier,
55. Check, 55. Right. 60.
It's a pickup of 6.
55.
Brings up second and
Switch.
4.
Switch.
At the 24-yard line.
Check 3. Check 3. Watch twitch. Watch twitch.
On second down now, it's Ingram. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 7 yards the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. This is Ingram. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Mark Ingram hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens have taken the lead. And this is no good. He missed it. Not a good start here in the kicking department as this remains a 6-3 score. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34, and he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for 2. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. And now the Ravens calling the offense onto the field here as they're going to go for 2.
Mike 55, Mike 55. I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm coming. Check 55 to Mike. Check.
Here's Jackson.
Here we go, D. All day, D.
Buying time to his left. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Rosen and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Balaj. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive. Let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Now a handoff here to his running back. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. And finally brought down at the 38. A Miami 1st down on the 14-yard pickup. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now they try the right side here. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Not much happening there on 1st down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Rosen. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Here's Rosen. They'll set up the screen to Balaj. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 4th down. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our 1st half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And this one is right down Broadway. And a 2nd field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration, now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Switch up.
Now Jackson on 1st down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Jackson now. Going to throw again. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And he will score. Touchdown, Miami.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick six. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2.
Hey. Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike.
After the interception, here's Rosen. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Well, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away. They stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. And that often runs you into a penalty.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
I'm here all day.
After the penalty, it's Ingram. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Flushed out right. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Sam Cook now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position, 1st and 10. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down.
Well, how many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Let's go deep, tighten up. Let's go deep, tighten up.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. Sanders' kick is good. And that will finish off this third quarter of play. So a very tight first half. We had to break in a 1-point game. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. Fielded about a yard deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Again, it's Balaj. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down?
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
This one into the hands of the running back, Balaj. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a first down.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
This one complete to Devin Funchess. And he's got this down to the 35. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
You don't want none. Hey, hug. You don't want it.
And now it's Rosen looking. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Looking deep, and got his man, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game.
Hustle. Mike 55. Hey, eat.
From the gun, it's Jackson. That's going to be caught by Richardson. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Paul Richardson with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Ravens have retaken the lead. So the Ravens will keep the offense on the field as they're going to go for 2. Jackson from the shotgun, and that is caught for the 2 points. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Let's go. The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, keep it up. Keep it up. Right. Check. 55 to mine. 80. 55 to mine.
Here's Rosen to throw. And to the tight end here, Safarian Jenkins. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Check 53. Let's go, D. Let's go.
To throw is Rosen. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And look at this. It's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out, and the Ravens get the football back and in great shape.
Set back 55. 55. I'm not ready.
They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. And that is caught. Oh, what a catch at the 5-yard line. 23 yards on the play.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
They'll run here with Ingram. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal.
Come off the ball hard.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Hill. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. They'll try to run it. It's Hill. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. It's a decent gain on the ground. Call it 6, but it still leaves him with a ways to go on 4th and goal. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Here we go, a big play in a tight game late. They're going on 4th and goal. And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And that will extend their lead even further. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
Tackles.
The play fake to Balaj. Now Rosen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Emmanuel Ogbah. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Rosen will throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Tyus Bowser, he's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks. Now it's Rosen, escaping the pressure right. Now the pressure gets to him again. Tyus Bowser, his 2nd sack of the night.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's Matt Hawk now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. And this will be down just inside the 30-yard line.
at their own 28-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
At the 28-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
All day, every day, any day.
Jackson. Flush to his right. Incomplete. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He's going to look deep down the field. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. Here's Sam Cook now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Here comes Grant on the return. Just a 30-yard punt that time. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Let's go. Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver. Here we go.
They'll look to throw on 1st down with Josh Rosen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jalen Ferguson showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Rosen is going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
In this situation, the dictation is coming from the defense, right? They're going to tell you, you can have 6, 7 yards, do that all the way downfield. Let's just go ahead and take the time off the clock. I think they've got to start attacking vertically a lot more.
Now they go screen. It's complete. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
They're going on 4th down. Rosen. That's to his running back, complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing now is Rosen. Safarian Jenkins has it. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a 1st down. Now Rosen looking to throw. And that will be incomplete with the clock showing 18 seconds now to go. The former 1st-round pick Marlon Humphrey there to get a hand on it. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Now it's Rosen. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. Defensively, that's Earl Thomas, the all-pro safety, knocking it free.
Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
And that'll set them back 5. Now they face a 3rd and 15 here following the delay of game.
I'm here all day.
Here's Rosen.
Here we go, G.
Brought in over the middle by Grant. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Jakeem Grant, his 4th touchdown on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So looking at this situation, you should have time for the onside kick and then at least one play. And this one travels out of bounds. So unsuccessful there on the onside kick try.
Let's go. You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing.
A 10th carry here for Mark Ingram. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And I tell you, this was a fun one. Just a close game. Nothing comes easy in this league, as you know. They had to work for that victory.
I've got to go back to what you just said. Nothing comes easy in this league. How many times have we talked to coaches prior to a game and assessed, the strengths, the weaknesses, the whole deal? Even in games when one coach was a decided favorite, what do they always say to us? But you do know this is really a 7-point league. 7 points either way usually decides a ball game. We had exactly that in this one.
And not only that, but this is a gutsy road victory, one they can hang their hat on. So for the Ravens, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-5. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for Miami, it's going to all but eliminate them from the playoff picture as they fall to 5-8. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.